Welcome back, y'all, to another episode of the fourth quarter podcast. This is episode 28. This one gonna be short and sweet. We just want to jump up here and talk about the Brooklyn Nets versus the Toronto Raptors game. Um, Kenny think it's time to panic for Brooklyn, but I don't think so. But I do want to say KD didn't, as y'all can see, he didn't start today, and he didn't even finish the game because of COVID reasoning. But you think it's time to panic?
Yeah, I definitely think it's time to panic. I mean, the problems that they've been having isn't going to go away if they keep the team that they got. So I definitely think it's time to panic. I mean, they got destroyed in the paint. I mean, they got destroyed in the paint. I mean, in the first half, the Nets allowed 38 points in the paint. Siakam has been off this year. He hasn't been doing as good as he did last year. And Siakam went for 33 points.
Yeah.
Siakam gave you 33 points.
Kyle Lowry gave you 30.
Kyle Lowry gave you 30. Kyle Lowry made six, and he made threes. He made some threes too. He was 6 out of 9 from threes. And Chris Boucher, he did good. He 17 points, 18 out of 14 from the field. He did pretty well as well. So, and then Kyrie had a horrible fourth quarter. He didn't score a point. Kyrie didn't score a point in the fourth quarter. That's pretty bad. So if your defense is going to be bad, will you at least score, Kyrie? Like, I understand, like, y'all defense isn't going to be the best. We already understand that at this point. But I feel like for their defense to be as bad as it's going to be, they're going to have to score about 130 points. And they only scored 117 today. And like I said, Kyrie, he didn't score in the fourth quarter. He only had 15 points. That's all he had. And Harden, I felt like he wasn't aggressive enough. He only took 8 shots and made 4 of them. He wasn't really aggressive. But Kyle Lowry and Pascal Siakam, they showed out. Kyle Lowry, if you watch the game, for those of you that actually watched this game, he got some very important rebounds. Some very important rebounds. He only got 5 rebounds, but he got some important rebounds. And he got 7 assists, too.
Well, I don't mean to do what I did last episode, but I do just want to reiterate that Kevin Durant didn't play a lot of this game, and they only lost by 6. I'm not making excuses for them because Kyrie does have to do more, and I'm glad you brought up the Harden thing and him being aggressive because I feel like ever since he joined Brooklyn, he's been more than like a facilitating bag, which is nothing wrong with that because he had double-digit assists again tonight. He's leading the NBA in assists, but I feel like in certain situations, you have to go back to the Harden we know, the scorer that we know out of Harden. And I mean, if that means Kyrie take a back seat, then it just has to be done. And I don't even necessarily say that as a bad thing because, as you just said, Kyrie didn't play well tonight. He didn't score a point in the fourth. So, Harden, okay, it's your turn to step up and show that what you've been doing in Houston. So that's why I say I'm not gonna worry yet. I mean, we've been talking about this since the beginning of the season. We see it. It's set in stone. Brooklyn's defense is terrible, but I still think that they can outscore you whenever they want to. They just have to do it. So with KD being out, I mean that was really out of his control. But Kyrie and Harden, they got to. Joe Harris, first of all, Joe Harris cannot be the leading scorer with 19 points. Nobody on the team scored a dub. That's ridiculous, and it was still a close game. So I just want to say that. But Toronto haven't been doing good this year either. So yeah, I think they definitely would have had this game easily if KD would have been there. But I mean, yeah, the Brooklyn, I'm not worried. They just have to like they have to do more. The superstars and I mean, you when you got Joe Harris being a leading scorer, that this is what's going to happen. But I still can't see anybody in the East beating them in the 7-game series, not even Philly. So I'm not going to count them out yet.
Um, like you just said, the Raptors aren't even like all that this year, and they still lost. I mean, and I understand Kyrie Irving and James Harden and Kevin Durant, they're going to outscore people. But to me, James Harden, Kyrie Irving, Jeff Green, Joe Harris, Landry Shamet, DeAndre Jordan, y'all should be able to beat an average team without Kevin Durant. You still got an MVP in Kyrie Irving.
I agree, but I just feel like I mean, and this is I'm not trying to make excuses because it's like I agree with this statement, but then I don't because well, I'm gonna explain. So I feel like the superstars are gonna have an off night, but with that being said, I think an off night should still be able to give you a dub. So I mean, like I said, I'm not making an excuse for them, but they're not going to win them all. But I do agree they should have been able to beat the Raptors, the 10-12 Raptors.
Yeah. Off night, my ass. Kyrie Irving should never score 0 points in the fourth quarter. Now he shouldn't score 0 points in no quarter. I don't care if it's the first quarter, the second, the third, or the fourth. I don't want to hear that. So even though you're saying they're going to outscore people, I mean, I don't necessarily know about that because Kyrie Irving and James Harden, they combined for 32 points the entire game. For the entire game, they scored 32. Kyle Lowry scored
30.
Pascal Siakam scored 33. So Pascal Siakam scored more than James Harden and Kyrie Irving. So I'm just looking at it, and I don't think they're going to outscore the better teams because, to me, so far the proof is in the pudding. They haven't been doing too well. And like I said, it's not the end of the world.
But yeah, I mean, not to cut you off, but Harden, he only took 8 shots. Now that's on him, but
Yeah,
he only took 8 shots and he shot 50% from the field.
yeah. I
So you
mean,
have to. I'm just saying, like you got to factor little stuff like that. I don't know why he's not being aggressive, but you do have to factor stuff like that in.
this. I mean, this, you do have to factor KD not playing. Obviously, a top five, top 10 player not playing matters. Of course, it matters. But with the roster that the Brooklyn Nets have, they should be able to win without Kevin Durant against the
I mean,
Raptors. Against the Raptors,
but I mean, I don't know what's going on with them this year, but we know the Raptors, like we said it multiple times, the Raptors play the best basketball in NBA. And then going back to your previous statement, I don't know why a lot of people say that because once you name Kevin Durant, James Harden, and Kyrie, it's a huge drop off. So I mean, that team doesn't like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I mean, they do have three top 10 players, but after that, it's a huge drop off from that. And that's why I think they can make it to the finals just because it's the East, but I don't see them winning.
I'm not giving the Nets no goddamn free pass. I mean, and Kevin Durant, he did play some. It's not like he didn't play at all. He came
19
in.
minutes.
He didn't start. He played about 20 minutes, came in and scored about 10 points and got some assists. So it's not like he
He's
did
6-5.
the I don't man
I
and,
just
and
think it's bad when not one person scored 20 points. That's ridiculous to me. James Harden played 40 minutes and he didn't give you like that's crazy to me. Not one person can give you a dub.
oh,
That's, I mean, I like I said, I hear you, but I am going to give them the benefit of the doubt. But I do hear you.
I mean Kevin Durant, to be honest, I mean obviously if you put Kevin Durant in, they get better, obviously. But to be honest, shit, they were losing. Them motherfuckers, they was losing with him. They was losing when Kevin Durant was there. They was losing at halftime 63-67. The Raptors scored 67 points in the first half. Kevin Durant, when he played for the Warriors, he was this great defender. Oh, Kevin Durant, he's a great defender. No, he's not. Y'all didn't say that when he played for OKC. So that goes back to what I say about his defense. His defense isn't all that. Far as swatting down and you guarding a man, slide left, slide right. His defense is not good
Yeah,
that way.
that's
And
good, man. But yeah, people who don't understand that, they just don't know basketball. If you don't know that the defense came from being in the Warrior system, because a lot of people seen what the Warriors doing offensively, but the Warriors were a awesome defensive team. Shout out to
wow,
Draymond. So if people don't realize that, then yeah, yeah. And I'm not saying KD's a slouch on defense, but yeah, I ain't far
he's
from the best.
he's a above average slightly. He's a above average defender. He's not a great defender. He was out there fucking fouling. Kevin, I watched the game. Kevin Durant was out there fouling. He had 4 fouls in 19 minutes.
Why
Look at,
why aren't they playing Shumpert yet?
I don't know what's going on, but I want to focus on Kevin Durant's defense. That dude had 4 fouls in 19 minutes. And if you watch the game, he was supposed to have five. He had 5 fouls. It got Steve Nash challenged it and they overturned it. And they overturned his fifth foul in the third quarter. And then that's when they put him out for the COVID the health protocols or whatever. But he was supposed to have 5 fouls, man. He was out there fouling. I see Pasta Siakam post him and he hacked him. He's really not a good defender, man. I mean, and I feel like if he is a great defender, like even if you can't slide left and right, can you at least protect the rim? Will you at least? He is. It's not like he's a small guy. He's 7 foot. He's 7 foot tall. So will you? You don't even protect the rim, Kevin Durant. So if you don't slide your feet, you can't. You're not able to guard guards like you can't slide with people like Steph Curry. People like that. So you can't slide left and right well. You don't protect the rim. So what are you doing on defense? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it's tough, but yeah, I'm not gonna count him out yet. I'm gonna give him a chance. But yeah, I want to see Mon Shumpert back on the court. He not like great or nothing. I just like him.
Uh, shit. He just as good as Landry Shamet. I mean, they about equivalent.
Yeah, but I mean, yeah. Going back to the original topic at hand, I'm not gonna count him out, but um, they do have a lot of stuff to work on. Well, stuff that I don't even think that they can fix, but we'll see what happens when it matters.
People, y'all, for the people out there that watch the Nets, y'all really dependent on their offense. I mean, which when it's on, it's on. But they're not gonna be hit every day, as we just seen. As we just seen, Kyrie, you didn't score in the fourth quarter, so they're not gonna always hit. That's why it's good to be strong defensively because it's kind of hard to be off on defense. How are you off on defense? It's defense, motherfuckers. It's easy to get off on offense. It's easy to miss shots, and I just I just want to harp on this because I think people they see Kevin Durant, they see Kyrie Irving, they see James Harden, they hear these names and they just say automatically championship. And I'm just saying it's other good teams in the East, and I don't think they have enough. I don't think their role players are gonna cut it. They don't they don't protect the rim. Once DeAndre Jordan goes off the court, pretty much Kevin Durant is their rim protector after DeAndre Jordan, which that won't cut it.
Well, I mean, I just think like things get a little different when it's postseason, so it's just really hard to tell because excuse me, we seen what Kevin Durant did postseason with the Warriors. He was unstoppable.
Yeah, with the
So
Warriors.
like it just is gonna like. But if James Harden don't get out of this like this facilitating like bag he's in, I definitely don't see them like going far. Well, no, I wouldn't say that, but I don't. They it'll be tough towards the end. But even with the Philly, like that's your pick. I just don't like if you because Joel is their key source of offense. I know they want to say, oh, when all five starters are starting, I don't care about none of that. If they go against that team in the 7 game series and Joel Embiid is who they go through, I don't think it'll work.
I'm depending on Tobias Harris as well. I think he's going to be able to. I think I'm yeah. When I pick Philly, Tobias Harris is part of the reason why I picked him. I feel like he's going to be able to. I feel like he's going to be able to score some points. Like I think they'll be able to go to him down the stretch and get a bucket. I mean, obviously he's not a great scorer, but he doesn't have to be a great scorer. He's a pretty good scorer, and I think he'll be able to. I think he'll do enough. I think Tobias Harris will do enough.
Yeah. Well, I mean, that's not stupid because he just shot a game winner on us. But yeah, we'll see, man. But it'll be tough postseason. But yeah. You got anything else?
Nah, that's it. I just want to keep harping on the Nets. It's not gonna work, y'all. It's just I don't know. I just want to know how long it's gonna take for people to know that it's not gonna work. Because right now it's the beginning of the year. They've only played 10 games together. How long does it take for us to realize Brooklyn doesn't have enough? They have three awesome players, but they don't have great defense. They don't protect the rim. How long does it take for us to understand that this shit's not gonna work? I don't understand what else do y'all need to see. Their defense isn't gonna get much better. That's why I get so confused that and these teams are scoring this much on them in the regular season. I mean, I would think in the playoffs, teams would play harder and we're gonna score even more on your ass now. So I just don't understand why people think in the playoffs everything's just gonna magically get better. Like I'm confused. Like is Joe Harris and Kevin Durant's defense gonna get better? Kyrie's defense is gonna get better. I'm literally confused. I honestly don't understand why people don't believe they're not gonna make it. Seeing what we see, we see them lose it. we see them defense being last.
So
So I,
Other than Philly, what team do you like have knocking them out?
Boston. You gotta play defense. Google me teams in the past that have won a championship that their defense isn't even average. Brooklyn's defense is not even average. I mean, we can gloss over it if we want, but it's reality. Their defense isn't even average.
Man, but I gave you the stat though. I hear that and that's good. But like I said, just like I think you're playing off the first part of the sentence I said. So for those who didn't watch the last episode, statistically, like historically, statistically, Brooklyn's defense is the worst defense ever, statistically. But what Kenny is playing off is offensively, they're the best offense in history, statistically. So I feel like that's going to matter as well.
Okay. So if okay, let me get this right. So they're first in offense and they're last in defense, right?
I don't know if it changed over a couple games, but at the time, yes.
They're still last. Okay, so the Nets have the best offense and the worst defense. So to me, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. Usually when you're championship teams, they're like top 5, top 10 in offense and defense. That's usually the recipe for winning. When the Warriors were winning all those years, they weren't 30th in defense. I guarantee you they were at least top 5 in offense and top 5 in defense. That's how this works.
They're
The
third in the Eastern Conference with that terrible defense.
What did you say?
They're third in the Eastern Conference with that terrible defense.
Third. That's not that's
What?
third. That's not their standards. They
Oh my good. I mean, no. Okay, with that last part, that okay, I agree with that. With the three people they have, that makes sense. But I mean, that's still pretty good for a team with the worst defense in the league.
I have a question. So it's obvious. You think the Knicks are going to go to the championship, right?
Yeah. Yes.
Okay. So do you think they're going to get there because their offense is just so great that the bad defense isn't going to matter? You think their offense is that great,
Yes.
or do you think that their defense is going to get better?
The first one.
You think their offense is so great? Makes sense because they got the two best scorers of all time, and Kyrie a top 10 scorer. So that makes sense. Okay, you answer my
Because
question.
they're not going to. So we harp on depth a lot. The depth is not going to matter in the playoffs because KD, James Harden, and Kyrie are they're going to play much more. So that scoring is going to like yeah.
Okay. Oh my goodness, I wish the playoffs could start today. I wish the playoffs could start today. But I'm depending on Philly to beat them. I'm depending on Philly to beat them because the Bucks they don't seem as good to me.
Yeah, I think Giannis losing last year it took a big toll on the team, and you would think that I almost said Drew Bledsoe, Drew Holiday would like. I mean, they did get better, I guess you can say, like on paper, but yeah, just they haven't been dominating like they have been in the past. I don't know what it is. I haven't really been paying attention to them to be honest, but I just yeah they gonna make a little like they'll probably win the first round, but it'll be the same thing. Giannis isn't scaring me anymore. Like that MVP shit is over with.
I agree. I agree. I don't think Giannis will ever get another MVP. So we can close out on that.
Yeah, so but yeah, I still got Brooklyn, man. I ain't gonna. I think the offense is gonna pick up his weight. Philly, they do it look impressive, but they're like another Bucks team to me. It just won't work. Like with Ben Simmons, it won't work. I'm sorry. I mean, you can ask Steph Curry, but he's good. But yeah, it just won't work. But that's pretty much all I got to say about it.
Yeah. Um, Steph Curry hasn't really been doing shit this year, but I think in the playoffs he'll pick it up.
I hope. I mean, he's always a good energy guy. Nice little.
Even if he's missing shots, even when he's missing shots, you still gotta respect it. You got to.
Exactly.
Got to. Even Danny Green, his ass misses threes, but you still know what he's capable of doing.
Fuck that. I wouldn't respect it after what he did last year. I I almost said I hate that dude. I strongly dislike Danny Green, man. Fuck that.
Yeah. So LaMelo Ball just scored 34 points against Utah.
Rookie of the year.
You think so?
It's set in stone now, bar no injuries.
Damn, this dude, he had 34 points today, four rebounds and 8 assists.
Yeah, he literally does it all. And that's all I'm trying to tell people. Like they was looking at them Australian numbers, like with his shooting. I'm not gonna say he's a Curry, but he can score the ball on all three levels. I
Three
look.
levels? What?
Yes.
Send me a video of him making 10 mid ranges, and I'm gonna send you some money.
Like, does it not? You don't mean in a row, right?
No, not in a row. KD don't make 10 in a row in a game. I'm talking about you said all three levels, so that means he give you layups,
Float,
he give you
layups, floaters, dunks,
mid ranges, and
mid
threes.
ranges, threes.
Where are these mid ranges at?
I'm gonna send them to you. Wait, do you want him NBA? I'm not gonna give him NBA because he doesn't take mid ranges, but he can make them. But high school and like he takes.
I don't give a fuck what he did at Chino Hills. Are you serious? Inspire Academy?
So what you mean? The scouts deal and his ass got drafted number 3.
They did a projection. I don't know. I'm going off what I see when I watch him.
No,
I don't
you
want.
don't think? Wait. Time out. You don't think LaMelo Ball can hit a mid range shot?
No, he can hit them, but when you say all three level score, to me that sounds like not Kevin Durant. Obviously, not Kevin Durant because Kevin Durant is the best scorer, so I don't expect for him to be like that. But he's able to score from everywhere, or like a Bradley Beal, he's able to score from everywhere. I wouldn't say he's a. I wouldn't say he's not. He's not like that yet.
Bro, every time we do this, you show me more and more that you're doing drugs, bro.
A three-level score.
Yes.
LaMelo Ball is a three-level score. So, okay, so the next game, you think he's going to make a couple layups, a couple floaters, a couple threes, and a couple mid-ranges. That's what you think.
Well, I don't even want to make excuses for him, but mid ranges are kind of phased out, so you won't see too many of them unless like the shot clock or it's a designed play. You can't name me a player you seen take a mid range today, unless it was like a center. That's not what really people do. If you're not driving, you're taking a three. That's just the reality of the NBA right now.
Okay, I mean, I understand the league has changed. So so he's not a three-level scorer, then if he's not taking them, I'm not saying he misses them,
I'm going
but
off the scouting report. I'm going off to his full scouting report. I've seen LaMelo hit multiple mid ranges before, but no, he hasn't done it in the NBA because of what the NBA is at right now.
right, I agree with you that that's not what they really do in the NBA. But I'm just saying I can't give him that. You're saying he doesn't take them because they don't do that in the NBA.
Not literally, because I don't want anybody in the comments be like, "Are you crazy?" But not like literally, but like you don't see too many of them unless it's like a power forward, big man, or like shot clock running out, or it's a design play for like or like Jason Tatum post fading.
He's been hooping. He's been hooping. He surprised me. I didn't think he was on play so well. I mean, I didn't think he was on play so well. Did you see him rip Joel Embiid from behind and make a three?
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't feel like he has too much competition for the rookie of the year. You got Cole Anthony, James Wiseman, and the dude from the Kings. But other than that, he don't really got too much competition. Like last year, if Zion was healthy and like if he was with Ja Morant, like he wouldn't win it. But that's just me nitpicking.
I don't necessarily agree. Like Ja got a lot of highlight plays. Like Melo don't really unless he throwing an alley oop to that dude. He be I forgot his name.
Bridges.
Yeah, unless he throwing a oop to Bridges, making a hot like. But Melo just goes in like so people don't really look at his intangibles. For instance, like he always I think he averages like 7 assists. Like I don't know if Ja dude was Ja doing that.
He don't really get too many rebounds.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So Melo, he's don't like I don't know. He is flashy, so I don't want to say that, but his goal is to make the right basketball play. I feel like Ja was like, let me go try to dunk on this dude. And then Zion, I'm not gonna say he's like that. That's just naturally who he is, but I don't know. It would have definitely been tough. That would have been, and I do get what you're saying. That would have been a more interesting race, but I mean, that's not his fault. Like Like he went third, so people thought the other two gonna be better than him. So
Oh yeah. Well, it's not his fault at all. It's not his fault at all. He's balling. I didn't think he was going to be better than Lonzo, but he might be because I feel like when Lonzo plays, he looks for the pass. Like I feel like Lonzo only shoots and takes shots when I have to or it's open. I feel like Lonzo isn't aggressive offensively. I feel like LaMelo I'm gonna get 10 assists, 10 rebounds, and I'm gonna score on your ass. Like,
that's where the confidence comes in.
oh,
Those confidence have been killed since he's been in the league, and I think Melo's coming in like I know I'm the best, or at least the best rookie, or like I know I'm. You know what I'm saying? And Terry Rozier is back. He's still starting, so I don't know if they made that final decision or if they just letting him play around in the starting position right now. But yeah, Rozier is back and he's still starting, so that's
I
big.
think I think they about to start cranking up with Melo. I'm looking at the charts right now. He played 39 minutes against Utah today. Nobody on the team. He played the most minutes on the entire team, 39. So I'm actually gonna check out the highlights on that game. I'm surprised he played 39 minutes. That's he played the most minutes in the entire game.
They lost, but I mean, they lost against the number one seed, and I mean, he did all he could do.
Oh yeah, they lost. They got their ass whooped. But I'm saying I don't expect too much out of the Hornets. So if they lose here and there, it's like, okay, that's what I expect. I don't expect for them to. Well, the East it kind of isn't that bad. It's kind of bad. So I do expect for them to get like the play in, ninth seed, eighth seed, or whatever. But he did his part. What the fuck else you want? I got 34 points, 8 assists, and 4 rebounds. So LaMelo, based on the stats, he did well.
Yeah, man, I'm happy for him. Like, I don't know if it's just me being biased, but I'm happy he's shutting up everybody that was doubting him.
Um, but yeah, like I said, I haven't checked out the game yet, but I'm just looking at the stats. So based on the stats, it seems like he's played well.
Yeah, I'm gonna go check it out myself as well after this.
Yeah, I'm happy for him. I'm happy for him.
Yeah, that's pretty dope.
But yeah,
But like always, man, that's been another episode of the fourth quarter podcast, episode 28. You know, something sweet, simple, you know what I'm saying? Make sure y'all on the lookout. If not Sunday night, definitely Monday afternoon. We will be discussing the Super Bowl, you know what I'm saying? So stay tuned for that. Like I always tell y'all, like, comment, and subscribe and share with your friends because this is the best basketball and football podcast on YouTube, man. But we gonna catch y'all later. Y'all have a good night.